Yo, what is up, YouTube? It is your boy JMO161 here again, bringing you a brand new Rogue Company video. And today we're going to discuss about 50 different ways in which Rogue Company can make the game a better experience for you, help it get more viewers, help it just grow in general, and just help it cater to more people out there. All right, so some of these discussions are going to be a little unorthodox, some of them are going to be a little out of the box, some of them you guys might not like, but you know what, as long as we're coming up with ideas and trying to make the game better every day, that's what matters. All right, so we're gonna start off here with King of the Hill. I think objective in King of the Hill needs to be way more important. Okay, I play pubs all the time and nobody ever wants to get on hill. It seems like nobody ever wants to get on hill, so they should definitely give incentives for people to get on hill, whether that's more XP, whether that's more money in the game, etc, etc. All right, the color of when you're switching hills needs to change from gray. In my opinion, it's kind of hard to see the gray icon. And also, I think instead of 10 seconds before it tells you when the next hill is coming, it should be 20 seconds. So you have a little bit of time to rotate. All right. At the end of the game, the leaderboards need to show the hill time. All right. I want to see who in my team was actually playing the hill and who was playing selfish the whole time and only going for kills. And then the last hill, don't get me wrong, it was a good idea. It's fun when you come back, but it really sucks when you play the whole map right and you go through the first 3 hills and you play everything perfect. And then the last team simply beats you just because they rotated earlier than you. I think they need to make some type of change to that, make it a little better. It shouldn't just be as simple as, hey, let me just camp the last hill and win. All right. The second thing we're gonna talk about is smokes disappearing. All right. There's a bunch of times I throw a smoke, they disappear. That cannot happen. Also, there's a bunch of times where I throw a smoke and I could see the other person's name through the smoke, or they could see my name through the smoke and they could beat me through the smoke. You know, that's something they need to fix. There's a lot of times also where people get aim assist through smoke because they see your name through the smoke. So that's something they just need to fix with smoke, right? The next thing is they need to make more similar rogues. And what I mean by that is they already have a bunch of similar rogues, right? You ban an intel character and there's another 3 or 4 intel characters you can run. You ban the sniper and there's another 2 snipers you can run. But then it makes no sense because you ban Anvil and now basically you could get stunned the whole time. There's nobody else immune from stuns. You ban Scorch, nobody else immune from fire. You know, you ban Ronin and now nobody can hide from almost any of the intel characters except for Lancer when she popped her ability. You ban Lancer and basically you almost never have to worry about flank. Like, I know this padded steps, but like, you know what I'm saying, I just feel like this needs to be, it needs to make more sense. Like, you can't just have 5 intel, 3 snipers, but then only have 1 character that really flanks and then only have 1 character that's really immune. You know, like, I think that needs to be, it just needs to be better, man. Next thing is sticky sensors. They're super annoying. I think they need to nerf them either to how many times they can reveal, how big the reveal is, revealing through walls, you know, make how hard it is to find, how cheap they are, just something. Like, they're just so annoying to deal with. In the last test server, they did make them brighter, so that was a good thing. But I do think it needs to be a little bit more because those things are ridiculous. All right. Next thing is the melees. Bats are useless right now. Useless. And I understand they don't want bats being overpowered like they were before. But at the very least, like, if I max upgrade a bat, it should at least hit for 100, or it should at least be able to hit Sigrid. Like, maybe make the bats the only counter to Sigrid. There needs to be a counter to Sigrid. You know, it's kind of dumb how she could just run up to you and punch you, you know? And then it's also kind of dumb how you have a fully upgraded axe and it kills anybody with toughen up. Like, why do you have an axe that could kill anyone with the perk toughen up, but then you have a bat that absolutely does nothing? All right. Now, this is a personal preference for me. I would love if they change the sound of the Ronin dart. All right. The Ronin dart, the beep beep beep, I feel like it never bothers me, and therefore I'm always running into it. But that's just me. Also, this is another preference for me. I feel like they should nerf the snipe a little bit. I feel like a lot of times I'm shooting a sniper and they could just shoot and then roll away and then shoot and then roll away. And even if I hit every bullet, they just roll away. Sometimes I hit every bullet, they miss, and then they just cock it back again. And then I'm hitting every bullet, by the way, and then they still kill me. Maybe add flinch, maybe make it a little slower. Especially now that there's gonna be 3 snipers in the game. I definitely think there needs to be something to do with snipers. All right. This is something a lot of people have been asking me for. I don't care much for it, but make King of the Hill in ranked. All right. And then speaking of rank play, we need better matchmaking. All right. We need a better solo experience. You play solos, and a lot of times your teammates don't even get over 3 kills the whole entire match. And then you're facing a 4 stack. So they definitely need to make a better experience. One of my ideas is maybe add console to face PC players. And I know a lot of you console players hate that, but right now the game is really hard. Like, you face the same people over and over. you get the worst teammates, and I think that's because of the lack of amount of players in the game. So if they add more players to the pool, you know, maybe it'll be a better experience for everybody. All right. Now this is another thing I think they should look at is the whole ban system. I play ranked, I play tournaments, and it's just kind of dumb how you ban Ronin, and then they could just use a talent the whole time and there's no counter. You know, you ban Anvil and they could just flash you the whole time. You ban Scourge, you know. And I just think they need to look into that a little. I'm not saying change it, but just look into that if they really want that to be the game, you know, where you just ban one rogue and instantly, like, you know, I don't know, it's good and it's bad, you know, it's one of those gray areas. All right, I also think every character should have a counter, you know. I love how Lancer's counter is talent, you know. I love how any stun character's counter is Anvil, you know. I think that's one of the things that gravitated me towards the game. So I think like characters like Vi need a counter, you know. Someone needs to be immune to Vi's poison. A character like Glitch, someone needs to be immune to Glitch. Like, I just think at least one person, like, I just think there always needs to be a counter to every rogue. All right, make shooting range better. Now they made the color better and it looks nice, and you know, Dr. Disrespect will be proud. But in all honesty, they need to make it better. Make the characters run around in more sporadic ways. Make them roll, make them duck dive. Put a lot more rogues out there. Maybe put them to just randomly pop up, you know. Put maybe shooting targets, just something different, because them running in a straight line back and forth does nothing to help out your aim. All right, allow me to invite my friends. All right, it's kind of dumb how I have to DM all my friends when they're on the game to play with them, because you can't invite them while they're in the game. Also, I think they should make the fire circles a little smaller. They're a little big, and flashes right now are super broken. And what I mean by that is they used to work great, and ever since they nerfed them, now it tells you they're flashed, and then you push them and they're not flashed. You know, before it used to also tell you how many you flash, and now it doesn't tell you that anymore. So they broke the flashes, and that's something they need to work on. Next thing is, let me see the challenges while in game. You know, there's a lot of times where I want to see what challenges I gotta complete, and it sucks that I can't do that in game. Just a little quality of life. Bomb glitch spots, that's another big issue. There's a lot of times I can't defuse the bomb. It's in the ground, it's in a rocket, it's in a trash can, and that's just some things I gotta look at. Runaway is the new rogue that's coming out, and I think she's gonna be a problem. I think the fact that she gives 2 semtexes and 2 stuns, and like basically, you know, 2 fire grenades and stuff, like, I think it's a bit much. And I think what she should do is give you one, like, give you what you have. So if you have 2 stuns and 1 semtex, give you 2 stuns and 1 semtex. If you have 1 stun and 1 stun, like, it's kind of crazy how you could buy 1 stun off rip, and then now you're getting basically 3 stuns around. Like, that's just a bit much. That's just me. Add CTF. I think it would be a great game mode for ranked, for competitive, for the game overall. I could just imagine Lancers running with the flag. I think CTF will be an amazing game mode, and hopefully they look into that. Leaderboards is another thing you guys asked for. I don't care for them. I never care for leaderboards. But I know a lot of you guys like it, so you know, that's something they could look at it into adding. Add streamers to the plane every week, and what I mean by that is when you're in the plane, there's a little TV on the left, you know. It would be kind of cool if they put multiple TVs in the plane, and every week they showcase a streamer. You know, the whole week that streamer is on that plane. You know, I think that would be really cool for streamers. It would really help out the game, and that's just something that, you know, that they could take advantage of, and they're not. They could also add little targets on the plane where you could shoot a couple times. That wouldn't be bad either. This is a personal preference for me. Sorry, I'm talking fast, guys. I'm trying to get this video up. I'm trying to make it as least amount of time as possible. Next thing is, I want a goofy Anvil skins, man. I need more goofy skins. I need an Anvil with no shirt, looking stupid as hell, goofy as hell. Like, come on, rogue. All right. Now there's another issue is on rank play. Every time a new map comes out, we gotta wait 2 to 3 months till it comes in ranked, and then by then we don't even care no more. I think that they should start making all the new maps on day 1. Like, I don't know a lot of people that care about their elo that much that they're like, nah, I don't want to play the new map day 1. Like, I think having the new map in ranked day 1 allows you to learn the map, and there's certain people that only play ranked, and it just makes it for a way better experience. So I hope in the future they look into adding that day 1. Also, this is another suggestion, maybe adding less abilities to ranked and King of the Hill. All right, there's a lot of times where I'm playing King of the Hill and I'm just feel like I'm getting vibe poison every time I'm going to hill, every single time, you know. It feels like every round I'm getting Kestrel ulted, or so maybe in the future they could look at maybe what Valorant does, make it so that you gotta earn your ability. So then we can't even complain that a Kestrel ult is too OP if it takes you 5 kills to get it, you know. Trench barbed wire is not that great, so maybe make it 1 or 2 kills, you know. I think they should look into that. That'll make it more rewarding. And or maybe even make it something simple like, hey, if you use your ability, you got to pay a small fee at the start of every round to get that ability back. So then maybe people don't just throw their abilities every round and just waste them, you know. Like I think that would be good for the game. Also, this is another personal preference for me. There's a feature called auto sprint, right? So if you put on auto sprint, you're able to use shift for something else. You could use shift for roll, you could use shift for jump, just anything. You could use shift for grenades, and I think it would help out a lot of keyboard and mouse players. But the problem is when you put padded steps on, you can't walk. So they should put a different keybind where you could walk. I asked for this day 1 of the game. They still haven't put it in. I really hope one day they put it in. I would love to be able to use auto sprint and then maybe walk with like V or something, you know, when I have padded steps. All right. Add names and ranks to rank play. That's another thing. Every rank play game I've ever seen, I see people's names and I see people's rank before the game. I want to see who I'm playing. I want to see if they're all rogue. I want to see if they're all bronze. Like I would love to see who I'm playing, you know. And it kind of sucks that you're not able to, you know. That's just something I would love to see. Also, I would love to see a tier list for the ranked. And what I mean by that is like, I would love to see a list where when you're picking rogues, you pick one by one, kind of like how it was in Black Ops 3. Because it kind of sucks when they pick certain rogues and you have no counter because you didn't know they were going to pick certain rogues. I think it would make the game way more competitive if you could counter each other's rogues. You pick one by one, and they would also make it so people that main characters, it would make it a little harder for them, you know. And I think you should get penalized if you only main one rogue and one rogue only, you know. That's just me. The economy is another thing they could work on, you know. Like I said, they can make it so that, you know, you got to pay, maybe if you die you got to pay a small fee for your gun. Maybe if you die you got to pay maybe if you don't use your ability, if you use your ability, you got to pay a small fee for an ability, you know. Just they can make it so that gun upgrades cost different depending on like if a gun upgrade is really good or if it's really not that good, you know. Just the economy, they could look at it as a whole and work on it. All right. Add time to heal to the scoreboard. I already talked about that. Talent, his sucky ability, I think they need to make it better, man. There's a lot of times I try to pull out an AR, I try to pull out a bomb, I try to pull out something, and I end up getting a pistol or a stun or something I don't want. So Talent's ability, they definitely need to make it better. All right. Sensor, and there's a lot of sensor and dart locations on a lot of maps that are just broken. You put it inside of a box, you put it in factory, you put it on the rail, and you can't see it. So you definitely need to work on the sensor darts placements because you need to be able to see them and kill them. All right. Spectate, they need to make that better for competitive as well. I was watching a tournament this weekend and they kept throwing talent darts and I couldn't see the talent dart, you know, as a spectator, you know. And if you want competitive in this game, spectator needs to be as great as possible. This is something else for pubs. Make a kill cam, you know, make a kill cam or best player of the game. You know, people would love that. People eat that up in Call of Duty, so why not have it? They can make better upgrades, better perks. There's a lot of perks and a lot of upgrades that have just been crappy this whole time. They could even make maybe a level 2 or a level 3 to some perks. Maybe cloak could be like a level 1 perk, right? And if you upgrade to level 2, you're immune from sensor darts. And if you upgrade to level 3, maybe you're immune for only 1 second. I mean, maybe they only see you for a second. Like, they could do a lot with a lot of these perks. You know, they could do level perks. They could just do a lot. You know, same thing with the gun upgrades. Some of the gun upgrades I never upgrade because there's no point. There's no point. And I know they're doing it in the next update and they're making it better, but I think they could do a lot better with the upgrades and the perks. Same thing with shredder rounds. I never buy shredder rounds in competitive unless I'm facing an anvil. You know, there's just certain perks that they need to do a better job. All right. Better way to earn ribbons. There's a lot of people out there still struggling to get characters, you know, so maybe reward people for every 5 hours, 3 hours they play, they get a ribbon. It shouldn't just be daily challenges, you know. In-game tournaments. I know we have the CMGs every week, but maybe they need to do what Fortnite does and make it in-game tournaments. You know, there's a lot of people that want to play tournaments and they don't know about CMG, you know. In-game chatting. I would love to talk trash to the other team in-game sometimes, or talk to my teammates who don't have a mic, you know, or maybe I don't feel like talking and I want to just talk through the game chat, you know. I also feel like devs need to listen more. Devs seem to listen a lot to the streamers / players they like a lot, but they don't listen to a lot of other people from what I've noticed. Now they have gotten a lot better at this, I feel like, so I can't really comment too much on it anymore. But in the past, I definitely felt like if you weren't one of the top 5 people that they enjoy talking to, you would not be heard. And and I'm putting this out there for some of the other people that feel like they're not heard. All right. I also think they should fix the points in ranked. I think it's way too easy to get ranked rogue. I also feel like maybe only allows 100 people to get rogue. Like everybody I know always gets rogue. It's almost pointless. It doesn't feel meaningful. Like rank needs to feel meaningful, man. Also, I feel like they maybe changed the final name of the rank from rogue to like something else, master something. Because a lot of times when people search up like rank play and they try to look up rogue, it just comes up with rogue company. You know, maybe put a different name to it so you can look at it in the search bar and find people that are playing ranked, you know. Let's see what else I could come up with. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, I already talked about a couple of these things. Resupply also needs to be fixed, man. There's a lot of times I walk over someone's freaking body and it says I have a grenade, it says I have a stun, it says I have this or that, and then I go to throw it and it says no gadget. All right. And then the next topic is I think that so guys, my video just finished, but I just got 3 more things, so let's bang this out. All right. So I think they should also, right now they're giving you a skin if you master all your weapons, which is awesome. But I also think they should give you a skin if you reach top 100 players in Rogue every season. There should be a rare skin that you get. Make it more an incentive to grind it. And I also think they should give a rare skin if you have all the rogues mastered. Mastering the rogues takes a long time. So if you master it, I really think you should get either a special weapon skin or a special gun skin, just something, because it's a lot of time and a lot of commitment. And then these are the last 2, but in my opinion, biggest discussions you could have in this game. All right. Basically, number 1 is the AFK and the leavers, man. There's so many people that at the beginning of the game, they don't get their rogue and they leave. And then it says, oh, someone left your game, you know, and then you got to restart the queue. There's so many times in the game, people ask to forfeit and you don't forfeit. So they just sit in the spawn like little crybabies and they don't play. And there's just so many times people get their ass spanked and they just don't want to play for the rest of the game, or they leave. They need to address this issue. People need to get banned a lot harsher, way bigger penalties, because it's kind of ridiculous how it just seems like, and it always seems like it's the same people that are doing it. And just Rogue Company needs to get on top of it. There needs to be a way better way of banning people that just leave the game. All right. Or just act immature as hell. All right. And then the last thing, and this is always a discussion no matter what game you play in, and I don't want to get too in depth with it. All right. It's basically aim assist. All right. Now, obviously, if you're on keyboard and mouse, you always think controller is broken. If you're on controller, you always think it's not broken. You always like, if it's so broken, play on controller. All right. It's just a huge issue. All right. But basically, I just hope in the future that the devs look more in depth at this, because I definitely think this is one of those issues in this game that causes this game not to be as big as it should be. All right. I think they should definitely perhaps look at separating it, perhaps look at putting keyboard only mouse lobbies, controller only lobbies. Obviously right now you can't really do it because there's not enough players. Maybe tournaments where just controller only, keyboard and mouse only. And the reason why I say this is because, for instance, there's a $10,000 tournament every Saturday on this game, right? And back in the day, there was a couple keyboard and mouse players that played in it. And nowadays, there's not a single one left. There's maybe one left that plays in it. Basically, every keyboard and mouse player has felt defeated on this game. And they've either switched inputs or they've left the game entirely. You know, I don't know a single keyboard and mouse player, except for one person that I play with now, that plays this game anymore. I used to know like 20 or 30. And now I don't know a single one. So this is not me really complaining about it. It's just, it's obviously an issue. People definitely feel strongly about it. And that's just something the developers need to look into and think about doing things different and think about how they want to grow this game in the future. All right. Like I said, I'm not really having an opinion on it right now. It's just something that's an obvious problem in this game right now. And I think Rogue Company needs to take a look at it. Okay. But for everybody that checked out my video, I do appreciate it. Hope you guys liked my suggestions. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. All right. Let me know what your suggestions are. Maybe I'll make another video in the future with your suggestions only. All right. And I hope you guys appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week for that brand new Rogue Company runway update, which is going to be the biggest one today. All right. But Guys, talk to y'all later. Take it easy.